Hey, I hope you can hear me because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I've got a chat screen up, so if you type, I should be able to see. Hey, I am going to be doing something from B&M, so do not worry, that is definitely coming up, and I am very excited for doing it. You can feel free to ask me anything you want, talk about anything you want. I'm just doing crochet until I've got questions and stuff to answer, so. Hey Harmony, how are you doing? I'm going to put this crochet away because I need to pay attention to the chat. I did think, since this is my first live, maybe I should have made an effort and put on a tiara, but yeah, I didn't. I'm hoping you can hear me. I'll try typing. Can you hear me? What's my favourite chocolate? Oh, are we talking white chocolate or milk chocolate? I'm really pleased to hear that, Harmony. I'm going to refer to everyone by their username, even if I know what their actual name is, just to keep discretion. Favorite white chocolate? I like Lindt, but I like Milky Bar as well. And when it comes to milk chocolate, hi Jazz, I think it's got to be, oh, that's actually really hard. I was going to say it's got to be Galaxy Caramel, but I do like dairy milk. Oh yeah, the milk chocolate bunnies are amazing, and they should do them all year round. So yeah, you guys can ask me anything you want. My setup is a bit weird. I'm filming on my iPad. I'm trying to remember to look at the camera, and I've also got my phone set up so I can see the chat window, so I can see what you're saying. And I'm trying not to yell at the iPad, but if I get too loud or too quiet, please let me know. Yes, I have. Well, have I tried them? I've got a bag of them. I can't remember if I've eaten them. That's so bad. No, I have. I did eat them. I did try them. Is it just me, or does chocolate taste different when it's in shapes to when it's in a bar? Because I think it does. We don't have to talk about food, guys. You can ask me questions if you want. Talk about general stuff. The aim of this is to try and help you, so it's really guided by what you guys want. And if there's anything I don't want to tell you, I'll tell you. I don't want to tell you. It's not inappropriate. I do still struggle with it. I actually did an unlisted video about that very subject. I can't remember what day of the week it is. It's Thursday, isn't it? I think I posted it a few days ago. If you're not on the list of people who get unlisted videos, send me a DM on Kaz Loves Cakes and I'll add you to the list and I'll send you the link. But I talk for about 20 minutes about that more in depth. I distract myself. I'm answering Harmony's question. Chocolate cold from the fridge? No, because if you shouldn't keep chocolate in the fridge because it puts a bloom on it. However, if it's something like a Mars bar, then yes, I like that cold. Right, okay. So I'm answering Harmony's question now about how I deal with the more difficult days. I plan fun things to do, or I say fun things, they're not always fun, but stuff like filming or editing or researching or sometimes little DIY projects, stuff like that, so that I know I've got things that are going to be filling my day. And that's really how I try and deal with it. It's a lot of trial and error, I would say. Some things work, some things don't, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but I just keep trying. I've actually got them painted today with, I kept this here just in case anyone asked, it is You're Hot by Nails Inc, and it's actually a colour changing polish. It's supposed to be the warmer my fingers get, the darker the colour goes, but my fingers are quite warm and it's still a light pink, but it does change colour, and it's a really nice one. I've got 3 coats of it on. I could have got away with 2. Thank you for this old helmet. You've taught me something. I don't think I ever would have known had you not said that. I don't struggle with sitting down. I do have an exercise compulsion, but I'm not somebody who has to be standing all the time, which is just as well because my knees will not take that. But if I'm really anxious about something, then sometimes I have to move in some way, and my mum's like that as well. She cleans when she gets really anxious. Sadly, I do not clean when I get really anxious. That could be quite useful if I did, but I used to do a lot more exercise than I currently do, and I didn't have time to do anything with my day, and there'd be times I'd be out walking and I would be thinking, I don't want to be here, I want to be sat on my sofa reading a book. And so I began to cut back on the amount of time I was spending exercising and using it to do the stuff that I really wanted to do instead. And I found that just gradually cutting back is what worked for me. But it is something I do still struggle with. Well, there you go. That's the entire purpose of this kind of video, to get you guys to be able to sit down and sit with any difficult feelings or urges and hopefully get through them. I'm hoping to do more of these videos on Thursdays and Fridays are usually the best nights for me, and they'll be at different times. YouTube will not automatically save these videos because I have less than 1,000 subscribers. So I'm trying to screen record it so people who've missed it can watch it back, but I don't know if that's going to work. I guess I'll find out. The orange twirl, the chocolate twirls. I've never tried an orange twirl because chocolate orange is a bit iffy for me. Some of it I like and some of it I don't. But there is a new Terry's chocolate orange toffee flavour coming out, and I am definitely going to be getting my hands on that. The long-term damage. I am so lucky. No, I don't. I don't have any long-term damage that I'm aware of. And I think that's because even though I've had it most of my life, it's only been really bad in the last few years. So I've not, like, I never got to a stage where I was at risk of things like osteoporosis until perhaps a few years ago, and then only for a very, very short period of time. But everything that has been checked is normal, and actually my bloods are now completely normal, and they were the sort of the first thing that went off, and they are now completely within normal range, and that's without me being fully recovered. So I just think I've been really, really lucky in that respect. My hair, my hair is bad, but that's my fault. It has not been cut since September 2018. And I have bleached the ends myself a few times. So my hair is naturally really, really thick. It did start to thin a bit, but I never had like clumps of it falling out or anything. I did have issues with it a bit, but they have kind of gone away, and I got my teeth checked recently and there's no damage as a result of my illness, thank God. I think I've been incredibly lucky with that. It's just the wear and tear of age, which unfortunately is something I can't avoid. I have not been able to get my hands on the new Toblerone. I have been obsessively checking my local Asda. I have to get orders from them online, and they haven't got it yet. But yeah, that is something I'm looking out for. I'm looking out for that. I'm looking out for the toffee chocolate orange, and I'm looking out for the Whisper salted caramel in particular. And there's a new bag of Haribo I want to try too. If I miss any of your questions, I'm really, really sorry. I'm doing my best to get round to them. One thing I don't know, I'm guessing the new Toblerone will have bits of almond in it. I think that will be nice, but you're right, it could be sickly sweet. But when I get one, I will definitely let you know. Oh, that is not even a small part of my wool collection. My spare bed is buried under a tsunami of wool, and I have got to get it sorted out. But I keep putting it off. I don't panic about having food in my home. This is really weird. Well, I think it's really weird. There used to be a time, I think I might have mentioned it in the unlisted, but I'm not sure. There used to be a time when I couldn't have anything in my flat that I might binge on. So stuff like chocolate, ice cream, absolute no-go. Couldn't risk having it near me. But I started to find that if it was a gift for somebody, it was okay. my grandmother used to love Thornton's chocolates, and so when it was her birthday or Christmas, because I was the only one in the family that lived near a Thornton's shop, I would go and buy the chocolates for her, and somehow, because I knew they were not mine, I was able to not touch them. And it's kind of the same with videos, because I mean, I'm going to use the B&M video that I'm stocking up for as an example. I have quite a few of their chocolate bars which are imported in my flat now. They are very expensive, and if I went and ate them, it would cost a fortune to replace them. So it's not even a temptation. And when I do have a binge that isn't planned, it's kind of almost as though they're not here. I don't even factor them into something that I could potentially eat. And I've no idea how or why I can make that separation. But if I find out, I will let you know. I mean, maybe it's just that in my mind, it's for something specific, so it's off limits. I used to have to chuck stuff in the bin, and not only that, but take it and put it in my outside green wheelie bin. I haven't had to do that for a long time, but I don't have, if I'm going to be doing a taste test video, I usually get the stuff for it the day before or on the day, if it's something that won't keep, like if it's cakes. I wouldn't be able to have cakes in my flat for a week and guarantee that I wouldn't eat them in a binge. I think with the excess food thing, it is a really tough one. I started off by keeping a very small quantity of safe snacks in my home, so that if I wake up in the night and I'm really hungry, I can try and have one of those and see if I can get back to sleep before it triggers off a binge. And I guess that would be my advice, would be to start small. And try not to think too much about or worry too much about having that food there. One thing I do have an issue with is if I'm going to use fruit as an example this time. If I've got fruit in my flat and I haven't eaten it and I know it's going to go off, I will feel I've got to eat that before it goes off. So I wouldn't advise having anything too perishable if it could trigger you to then binge on it, because you think, I'm going to have to chuck this if I don't eat it. And I know binging and purging is a waste, but at least for me, it kind of feels like less of a waste if I do that than if I just put it in the bin. I do apologise as well. If anything I say is triggering, let me know. Don't be afraid to let me know. I'm trying to be careful with what I say, but obviously I'm alive, so I don't have the same time to kind of edit or filter anything. Have I found social media helpful or detrimental? Detrimental in one aspect and helpful in another. I used to have I still have a recovery Instagram. I've been logged out of it for months, and I don't know if I'll ever log back into it, because I found that unhelpful. The social media I'm using now, the ED podcast and Kaz Loves Cakes, helpful, because it's not, I mean, okay, it is all about food, but I'm not following people who have eating disorders solely. I would say if you are finding it triggering, I think you can hide people from your feed on Instagram, but I'm not sure. I might have made that up. Maybe that's just Facebook. But I would say if you're finding someone triggering, mute them or unfollow them. Maybe set up, I always had two Instagram accounts. I had my ED account and my normal account, so that hopefully when I recover fully, I could just delete the ED account and that would be gone. So yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. For me, it's being very aware of stuff that might trigger me and trying to avoid that. Oh, I love the Newy ice creams, or New-G. No, it is Newy, isn't it? I even like the flavours I didn't think I would like the ones with nuts. They are good. I should do a taste test on those. I really should. Calorie counting, oh my God, yes. I struggled with it so badly. I was somebody that would rather be 10 calories under my limit than 1 calorie over. If I went even 1 calorie over, that would be enough to trigger a binge. I stopped it by, it was when I was trying to reduce the binge purging and I knew I had to eat more and it wasn't being helpful. And I hate maths and I've always hated maths, so why the hell should numbers control my life? I deleted the app I was using. I'm sure it's the same app everyone is using, so I don't need to name it. And I used to wear a Fitbit and I swapped it for an Apple Watch because a Fitbit, or at least when I was looking at them, the Fitbits were more fitness trackers, whereas the Apple Watch does other stuff. And even though it tracks my fitness, I've actually turned off a lot of the functions on that. So it's not constantly badgering me to move, and I set the goal for calories burned for the day as low as possible because it wouldn't let me set it to 0. So I think 5 calories is what it's set to for calories burned. And I turned off the alert, so it won't alert me when I have burned those 5 calories, which is the most I want it to tell me I have burned for the day. So yeah, it was just stuff like that. And even if you can't give up calorie counting completely, you can do it in stages. So you can maybe have 1 day a week where you don't do it, then 2, then 3. If just giving it up cold turkey is going to be way too scary. I used to think if I didn't do it, I would either eat less than I thought I was having because I would overestimate, or I would eat too much and gain a load of weight. And actually, I've not calorie counted for, it's been years, not loads of years. We're not talking double figures, but I'd say at least 3 years, and I don't miss it. And I have been tempted to try it again a couple of times, but I haven't done it because I do not want to get sucked back into that now that I've got rid of it. And that was one of the biggest chains around my neck, leg, I don't know. It was one of the biggest hurdles that I had to get over. Apparently the caramel crisp Marylands are horrible. I can't remember who I saw try them, but they didn't like them. If I could be sponsored by any company, what would it be? I'm really tempted to say Apple, just because I love their stuff. But I don't know. I'm going to go with Apple. Not even a food company, a tech company, because I would say I am a bit of a geek. I played World of Warcraft for years, and I played Dungeons and Dragons before that. So, and I do like tech. I am so glad you have never used that app, because you do not want to. It is just the path to hell. I might do try and Poundland snacks. I was actually in there yesterday and I was eyeing up some of the stuff. There's some new Werther's Originals, and I like Werther's Originals. So I don't know if there's enough stuff to get 10 things. I like to have 10 things at the moment, but I will keep an eye out. I've got a new series. I think the first of the new series is coming out Sunday. I keep forgetting what day of the week it is. Yeah, Sunday. So that's coming up. 4 people I would like to dine with. Do they have to be alive, or can they be dead? No. I don't want to sit there. Oh God, I don't want to sit there with like 3 corpses and a person. But if they came back to life for the day, that's what I mean. Oh, see, this is why I need to be able to edit, because I can filter stuff like that out. I'm actually enjoying this. I didn't think anyone was going to show up. So I thought I was just going to be sitting for half an hour, which is why I was doing crochet when some of you guys got here, but I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm not sure that this is the best place to sit because of the window right behind me. So next time I do one, I might do it somewhere else. I'm probably going to have to drag the ring light out, because I don't want to do that because it feels like summer is over, but it is getting a bit dingy, and especially if I'm doing it later. I don't know if I'd be able to eat if there were 3 corpses at the table, to be honest. That might be a little bit off-putting. This is a really difficult question. I'm trying to think who I would want to eat with. Oh God. Now you've put me on the spot, and it's like I've had a complete mind blank. Because I don't want to say, like, you know, oh, Marie Curie because she discovered cancer. No, she didn't. Oh God. See, I'm tired. I'm blaming on that. She discovered radiation. But to be honest, I probably wouldn't have much in common with her. I am considering that the answer to that question. Yeah, I mean, imagine if, like, Tutankhamun, your bandages are getting in the tomato soup. This is so bad that I can't think of people I would want to. I don't know what happened to Karam. I think maybe the pressure got to her. And she maybe just needed to take a step back. I don't know what it's like, because I'm not on the scale that she was at, but certainly from things she was saying, I think she was just not coping very well with it, and she did the right thing, which was to put her mental health and well-being first. Maybe she'll come back, but I don't know. We DM'd a bit, but not loads and loads, and I don't know any more than anyone else does about what has happened to her. Oh, well, if I had animals, I'd have to have my 2 Cocker Spaniels who died quite a long time ago, but I really loved them. I can't answer the dinner guest question because I can't actually think. My brain's just gone like completely blank with the answer to that question. I think Karam probably will be okay. I mean, she seemed to have a supportive boyfriend and a good family around her, and I think she was really aware of what she could and couldn't cope with, and that's why she did step back. It would be really lovely if she could just let us all know how she's doing, just like that she is okay. I would like to think that she is. It would be sad if she wasn't. She was fun. I thought she was fun. That's the thing. If I had dinner guests, would I have to cook for them? Because if I did, it would be a BYOB, which is bring your own beans and I will provide you with the toast. But it's probably going to be burnt toast. Well, I have been talking for more than half an hour, so I am going to end this live here because I am getting a bit brain dead. I actually recorded the first episode of the next podcast series today, so that mentally took a lot of focus. But thank you so much for joining me. I will do another one. It could be as soon as tomorrow. Probably won't be, but you never know. And yeah, I'll have to think about that dinner guest one, but take care and feel free to give me any feedback on Instagram about how you have found this. Take care. Now this is where I don't know how to actually stop the feed, so you might get some weird shots of the floor.